Hi, hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is Skye and today we're doing an updated Shop My Stash. So let's get right on into the products that I used in my last rotation and discuss. First things first, let's talk about the Glossier Stretch Concealer. I'm in the shade G11. I'm trying to finish this completely up and we've got some good progress going. I think maybe by the end of the month this can be done. So this is something that I will be keeping in the rotation. Another fun update for my Becca bronzer in Bali Sands. Houston, we've hit pan. I was not expecting to see a pan anytime soon, but I'm so happy that I did because, I mean, who doesn't love seeing pan? And I think now that I've hit pan in this, I'm ready to switch back to my other bronzer. Blushes, we've got two in the rotation. Let's start off with the Nabla Skin Glazing Blush in Truth. I've used this blush so much and the imprint is still there. This is honestly such a joy to use. I love this with my entire being. I really want to try more blushes in this formula, but for now I'm happy with this one. Not too sure if I'll keep it in the rotation. I'm inclined to do so. Maybe, we'll see. The other blush is the Ingrid Cosmetics blush in Carrot Cool. My friend Hattie Pans on Instagram, sent this over to me as a birthday gift, and this blush, I wasn't expecting to love it as much as I do. I mean, I knew that I would like it, but this is pigmented. Let's see if I can give you a swatch right there. Like, this is a pigmented boy. Now, any of y'all that know me know that I love a heavy blush. I feel like it looks so pretty and cute, and this is beautiful for that. It's so easy to do that effect, and it looks gorgeous on the cheeks, and this lasts all day. The lasting power on this is a little bit better than the Nabla one, I find. But sometimes if I want to make this more glowy, I layered the Nabla one on top of it, and they were a lovely combination together. I really loved using these. Moving on to highlighters, another product that Hattie sent to me is the Essence Choose Your Glow palette. It looks like this, and I've mainly been using these two shades. I can slightly get away with this one if I'm doing more of a bronzy look, but I think in summer I'll be able to use this more. These are beautiful creamy highlighters. Like, they look just glowing on the cheeks. It looks like my skin but more glowy. They're not sparkly, they're not like metallic or anything. I will be putting this away because I do want to play with other ones, but when I start my job soon, I'm gonna be using this a lot. Because even though I can get away with fun, colourful makeup at my job, I feel like highlighter, it's best to keep it a bit neutral. I don't want to scare them. And the other highlighter I included is the Kaleidos Laser Glazer. I recently did a whole video swatching and giving you guys reviews on all of the Kaleidos highlighters, and I'm still so upset that this one's discontinued because this is gorgeous. I'm wearing it on my cheeks today. Such a beautiful green highlighter. Now we're moving on to eyeshadow palettes. The first one is the Black Moon Urban Myth palette. It looks like this. I've done a 3 looks 1 palette plus review with this palette. It's not my favorite palette in my collection, I will say. If I had to grade this, I'd give it like a B. But this shade Bigfoot right here is such a gorgeous burgundy matte. I did a look where I did like a winged liner with this one, and it looks so good. I also love these two shades right here. I do like Paranormal as well. It's a really nice metallic, and it is slightly duochrome-y. I know in my video I said it's not really a duochrome, but I think it kind of is. Bloody Mary is also a beautiful red metallic. Overall, I really did enjoy playing with this palette, but I feel like right now, I don't really want to reach for super dark looks at the moment. This palette was such a joy to use, an oldie but a goodie, the Juvias Place Tribe. I use this quite a lot when I wanted to do just a simple green look where I just used this shade and this shade in the crease and popped a fun shimmer on top. And I'm actually wearing this palette today as well. The shimmer on my lid is a Glam shop shadow that I'll talk about in a moment. I do feel like that the Juvias Place formula isn't my favorite anymore. It used to be when I first started out trying indie makeup. It's not my absolute favorite formula anymore. It's more buildable, it's not pigmented right off the bat, and I do prefer when something's a bit more pigmented. This was really nice to use though because I didn't use it for quite a long time. The last pre-made palette we're going to be talking about is the Shroud Creepy Cute palette. Now, even though I am waiting for the It's Frickin' Bats palette to arrive to me, I'm not going to talk about the whole Shroud situation that went down with that palette because, I mean, this is not the video for it. But I will say this palette is fucking amazing. It's an all matte pastel palette, and these are some of my favorite pastels in my collection, if not my absolute favorite. And every time I reach for this palette, I just love playing with it. The formula is absolutely out of this world, and I love pairing this with some fun shimmers. Part of me really wants to keep this in the rotation because I've just loved playing with it, but I have another palette in mind that'll provide these tones for me. Finally, for eyeshadows, I brought in a singles palette. I mentioned in my last Shop My Stash that I really wanted to make a single shadow palette to complement the other palettes because I love using single shadows so much, and I found that when I included like a bunch of them in my first ever Shop My Stash, it was a bit too overwhelming, but this was like the perfect amount. I've got a mix of Glam Shop, Cleona, Lethal, Divina, and a little Beranovich one down here. I'm actually using the shade Zyg-Zak on my lid today. I use these so much. A lot of the time when I just wanted to do something really simple, I put a couple of mattes in the crease from the palettes that I picked out, and I just used one of the shades from here, and it was beautiful. I do have a singles palette that I've already built that I'm going to use for this next rotation, and I'm very excited to show you. But I did use all of these shades essentially, except for this shade right here, Oculus from Cleona. As much as I love their jeweled multichromes, I just don't wear them that often. I mean, bear in mind I only own one jeweled multichrome, but it's just, I don't know. At least right now, I'm not really in the mood for a black-based multichrome. Finally, lips. I included too many lipsticks in this rotation, I'm gonna be honest. Let's start off with the one I'm wearing today. This is Lethal Quest. Mine looks a little bit, weird because of the wax blooming. It's fine, it's just wax being weird. I love this lipstick so much, but today was the first time in the 2 weeks that I actually wore it, so that goes to show that I put in too many lip products in this rotation. I also had Black Moon Cider, and I loved using this colour anytime I did a green look. Most of the time when I was wearing greens, I was either wearing this one or the other bullet lipstick in my rotation. It's such a beautiful mustard colour. Fantastic. Now the lipstick that I wore the most is the Odin's Eye cream lipstick in Love Jasmine. This is one of my favourite nudes in my collection. I love wearing this. It feels so creamy and hydrating on the lips. This complements my skin tone really beautifully. I love the formula, and I love this colour with my entire being. And the glosses that I had were also from Hattie. These are the Essence Shine 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 Wet Look Lip Gloss. Gonna be honest, I didn't use this shade that often. This is the shade Watch Me Do. It's a beautiful lavender colour, but I didn't really reach for it in this rotation. But I did reach for this shade quite a lot. This is the shade Deep Red Love. This is a beautiful burgundy gloss. It feels so nice on the lips, and it smells like something from my childhood. Oh, it smells like cherry candies, cherry gummies. This color especially, I absolutely adored. I wore this quite a lot. It looks very intimidating in the tube, but it does sheer out a bit on the lips. But anyways, I included a lot of things in my Shop My Stash this rotation. Let's move on into me picking out the products. Okay, so let's pick out some products. First drawer. I will say that this section in the middle is getting a little bit crowded, as we can see right here. But for primer, normally I don't pick out primer because I only really have two. This is one of them, but I really want to use, I need to actually put this in the primer section, shouldn't I? This is the Makeup Revolution, what is it called? Conceal and Define Infinite Mattifying Primer Water. I did get this for Christmas from my mum while she was placing an order for one of my gifts. This was a free gift with purchase. Normally I don't really buy from Makeup Revolution, but I have this so I want to use it. I've already mentioned for concealer we're keeping the Glossier Stretch so I can finish it. I don't pick powder because I literally just have one. Bronzer though, I will be picking out this from Kaleidos. This is the Warm and Medium contour palette, and as we can see I've hit pan in this bronzer and I want to continue using it. I never use this contour shade, by the way. It's far too grey for my skin tone, but I really love the bronzer and the setting shade, so I want to expand the pan on this one a bit more. Now for blush, I want to use the new one of these. Which one's new? This one. This is the CoverFX Duo in Warm Honey. My friend Kat using makeup on Instagram, decluttered this to me because she wasn't really using it and she knew that I wanted this shade. So I'm very happy that I have this in my collection. I literally just got it today. It's such a beautiful like terracotta brownie blush, and I think this would work really nicely with what I have planned. But I also want to pick out another blush, so I think I'm going to actually pick out the Nabla Skin Glazing in Truth. I know I had it in my previous rotation, but I just really want to keep using it. And with all the looks that I have planned, I know that this will complement them. For the looks that maybe Warm Honey wouldn't really be suitable, I think the Truth shade would complement better. Now I do have a few highlighters in this drawer, but I don't really know if I want to pick anything out from here, so we're gonna continue on. Alrighty, so in this drawer I have the rest of my highlighters and all my liners. I will say I am doing a Draw My Eyeliner series on my Instagram, So I don't want to pick out too many eyeshadow palettes this time around because 1, I'm doing that series, 2, I'm also waiting on an eyeshadow palette that I'm getting in PR. If you're curious, it's the Glaminatrix You Beauty palette. And I did buy some more glisten liners, and I did buy the iridescent ones, so I want to focus on liners specifically, but I'm not going to take this out and put it in my Shop My Stash drawer because that's a bit obscene. Now I will be focusing on liner looks this time around specifically. Highlighter wise, I don't know what I want to pull out, I'm gonna be honest. I don't think I'm gonna choose a highlighter this time around because I don't want to pick one out and then regret it, so I'm just gonna be safe and not pick one this time. Now loose pigments, I want to use this one. This is the Pastel Roses Andromeda Flaky Loose Pigment. It's one of their iridescent ones. I feel like this loose pigment will complement a lot of the liner looks that I have planned, so we're gonna bring that one in. I think that's all I'm picking for this drawer. Lips. My lip drawer is the definition of chaos. It's never nice. I don't know how to make it look nice. So I definitely want to pull out this. This is my Kaleidos lip gloss in Dramatize. This is one of my favorite glosses in my collection. I love it so much and it's just so pretty. I think I've like halfway finished it. It's such a good gloss. I want to use this one. And then maybe I'll pull in this, the Odin's Eye lipstick in Light Peach. This is the Velvet lipstick. I had Love Jasmine in my last rotation, so I want to pull in Light Peach. I think I'm just gonna pick these two to focus on because I'm not really feeling like super inspired by my lip products recently, so we're just gonna leave it at that. Now eyeshadow palette wise, this drawer is the drawer that I actually keep all my Shop My Stash products. Actually, let me move the camera down so you can actually see what I'm looking at. Also ignore the wires, please. Just don't look at it. Now I know that I will be getting the You Beauty palette maybe next week, maybe the week after. I don't even know if it's gonna arrive in time for this Shop My Stash rotation, but because I know that I'm getting that palette and I'll mostly be doing liner looks, I want to pick just one pre-made palette, and I'm going to be picking the Glam Light Cake palette. My mum got this for me for Christmas and it's such a stunning palette. This palette is so big and beautiful. It has every colour that I need for my draw my liner looks because a lot of them do require a little bit of eyeshadow too. And I do like to bring in a single shadow palette as well, and I've already curated mine off camera. This is dirty, just ignore it. This is a stunning 15-pan palette, and the reason why I picked this one, I actually have a video going up on Tuesday talking about my top 15 favourite shadows in my collection, and when I put this together I thought, you know, this is really cute. I want to use this for Shop My Stash. I will say that this shade used to be the shade Shuggies from Divina, and it's actually swapped out with Puffles because I have an unofficial goal of hitting pan in all of my Sugar Drops shadows, and I haven't hit pan in this one yet, so I'm including it. Also, I'm not going to force myself to use every single shade in here. If I don't get to all of them, then it's fine, but I just want to use it for inspiration. I think they'll work very beautifully side by side together, and for days when I don't want to do my makeup for Instagram, I can just whack a couple of these colours in the crease and put one of these shades on the lid. So we're gonna have a very colourful Shop My Stash rotation this time around. So let's put everything in this drawer and we'll wrap things up. As much as I love the cake palette, this is a big motherfucker. This is a big mama. So I had to layer some stuff on top. So yeah, this is actually a very pared back Shop My Stash rotation, but I'm very inspired looking at everything here and knowing that I will be mostly playing with liners as well. This right now sparks a lot of joy for me. I'm very excited to use this. So that is it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Do let me know if you enjoy Shop My Stash videos. I've really been loving filming them. If you'd like to see more makeup content from me, then follow me on my Instagram. It's beautyybyskye right here. I post all of my looks there and I'm active on there every single day. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't already. I would love to have you here, and as always, stay safe, wash your hands, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!